You have entered the Chronic's rabbit hole at Nightwish Army. Let's all thank Nimue for putting this video out, and we are on episodes 13 and 14 on the Endless Form's Most Beautiful Making the Album documentary. This is the part of the making the album where it's actually in the bonus content, so we're 3 parts in the bonus which is why we're just continuing calling it the episodes to let you guys know how many we've just done in this series in total, because we're actually only about halfway through. We still got a lot of content, y'all. Let's keep it going. Oh.
We're on the recordings.
Nice, Flor and Kai.
Time becomes quite elusive when so much is happening and so many things, so much has happened that changed my life fundamentally. So I can't believe it's been years, and I can't believe how normal things are in a good way. Like, okay, this is my life today. I'm living in Finland. I'm the singer of Nightwish. I'm extremely proud and happy with the new album. And then there was that first show back in 2012 in Seattle that feels like yesterday and 100 million years ago. Like I said, time is elusive.
Endless Form's Most Beautiful marked the first Nightwish studio session for 2 band members. Flor Jensen remembers how it all started like it was yesterday.
Because demos for me in the past have always been rough instrumental parts where I start to make my vocals onto. So this was the first time that I got a demo home with music that was sort of already done, of course with space to change things, but this is the instrumental, this is the piano playing your vocal melodies, here are the lyrics. And later when I look back, I realized how fantastic it is to get the Nightwish demo as a singer, and it's a virgin song that you can put your hands on and get, make it ready, make it into a full song ready for the world. That those steps I needed to make in retrospect. Oh yeah, wow, how awesome. And yeah, now I know the melody, and oh yeah, the lyrics, they're awesome. How do I fit that, and what kind of vocal type, and how is the dynamics? But those were the steps that came after.
The other first-timer sits behind the drum kit.
Think he'll do all right.
Itse asiassa ei kyllä jännittänyt, koska tavallaan mä mietin sitä, että kuka tahansa tähän samaan tilanteeseen joutuu, niin on yhtä kusassa kuin meikäläinen, eli periaatteessa mä yritin vaan keskittyä siihen, että saadaan asiat tehtyä ja siis aikataulu oli aika nahkainen niin sanotusti. Eli kahdessa päivässä opettelet 78 minuuttia musiikkia, niin hyvää onnea kaikille vaan siinä vaiheessa.
The band first began rehearsing the songs without vocals. Curiosity soon won, however, and the schedules were revamped.
Nice.
Yeah, I was just curious how the place would look like, and I stepped by just to say hi because I hadn't seen the guys for a while, and yeah, how was it going to be like? And I had no idea. And then I stepped into the room, the guys were playing, and wow, this is awesome. But yeah, 5 minutes later, I was like, yeah, but I know this song. It's kind of stupid. I'm just sitting around here. Where's the microphone?
Mun mielestä helpointa tässä oli se, että kun Flor oli kuitenkin laulamassa. Eli sä kuulet sen kokonaisuuden, mitä bändi on tekemässä. Eli on basso, kitara, kiipparit, laulu ja Troy. Ja se oli helpompi jollain tavalla saada se kokonaiskuva siitä, että miltä tää musa kuulostaa ja mihin Flor laulaa, millä rytmityksellä, mihin sä voit ottaa fillejä, missä tavallaan mennään. Se oli oikeastaan se tärkein juttu.
Yeah, it was just sort of like a jam of songs that were, that we started to learn and to get a feeling into, and then we just started playing it and me singing it, and that felt like, yes, let's not stop this anymore.
Underlined, writing notes till the end of time. Come, surf the clouds, race the dark. It feeds from the rocks undone. Meet me where the cliff breaks the sea. Come.
That's it for this time. The journey continues. Onwards, ahoy!
What a good song. With that one, what stuck out for me was how Floor said how adaptable really humans are at changing whatever their surroundings are and just moving on to the next thing. Like she's saying, like all of a sudden she's in Finland and now she's playing with this band and she's just rolling with it. Time's just flying because of how busy she is and how much amazing things are going on. And that's so true, and that's the best way to keep moving forward when you get out of your comfort zone, is just keep staying busy and doing the correct stuff. And then it's awesome that she just kind of snuck in, was a little like, how are the boys doing? How's the song doing? And he's like, I might as well start singing, even though she didn't want to be there yet. I mean, they didn't really have it planned for her to be there yet, so that was really cool too. And yeah, so that was pretty awesome. And also what I liked about what Kai said is when he came in, he took it in such a smart mental thought, because everyone coming into Nightwish having to just jump in like that when Yuka had to leave with the circumstances would be in the same position where you gotta have to learn all this material in such a short amount of time. So don't get panicked by how much work there is. Just start going, which is kind of
That's a really good way to look at it.
because it was both Floor and his approach, which is why like that's the best way to do it. Is just get busy, start moving towards it. And we know Kai has the talent because I've at least seen him on Winter Sun, and he is phenomenal. So it's so cool to see how he's actually stayed with this band ever since he's come.
Something I'd like to mention as well is this, Floor said this is the first time that she's actually received a Nightwish demo.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Because this is their first time kind of them making this album.
Yeah.
So this is her first time receiving the demo, and she received the lyrics, she received the vocal lines as a piano. So she's been in the situation before, but this is the first time with Nightwish, and how kind of exciting and like nerve-wracking, but also like,
because he had everything in place for her.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It was almost like a smoother being able to perform. She just had to do it correctly.
Exactly. Whereas with her other bands as well, she wrote those lyrics.
Yeah, she had a lot
So
more
it's
input.
different when you're getting lyrics from someone else because of those emotions and thing, and having to know the person and building that relationship to know how this is supposed to come out, but also having that piano to be, this is my melody that I'm following.
And it's such a good single to start with
It
for her.
is. It's so good. And like, also for Tuomas, and we've said this before, that he's a genius because he was able to write those lyrics and do that piano melody with her voice in mind specifically.
Yeah, what a
Because
tool
he
to
writes
use.
for his singers.
He does.
So like that combination together, when she finally gets that room, even getting there a little bit early to see the boys, and you know they're playing the song, and she knows the song, they all know the song, but then she also has this little tidbit that they don't know, which is the lyrics.
Yeah.
And the singing and everything that's going through. And Kai even said that, like, when he heard the lyrics of what the song was with that melody coming through, he also was able to know the spaces for the drumming to come in better as well. So that would also help with timing.
Yeah, for
going
sure.
through with the song once it all comes together. So that was just really cool to see how it all came together, and how Tuomas sets it up, because he's the one who books everything so that everyone kind of practices their own piece and then comes together at one big time, which we've seen before.
All right, so let's check out the next episode, folks. All right, Nightwish Army, this is episode 14 in Endless Form's Most Beautiful Making the Album.
After completing an album, you need to promote it too. During a 2-week PR trip around Europe, the band gave interviews to journalists who were eager to hear about the forthcoming album, Endless Form's Most Beautiful.
People reacted primarily to how it would take them on a journey. A lot of people seem to have visions or seem to, get a visual when they were listening to the album, which I think is great because it has that in it for sure. I got a lot of compliments on my voice. People were pleasantly surprised with the dynamics and the different use of voices, and that was a big thing and a big reaction to the greatest show on earth, a long story, and people in general have been reacting to that song a lot. Like, this is such an epic part.
Tavallaan se levyhän aukesi vasta aika pitkälle sitten eniten viimeistään siellä Lontoossa, kun äänettiin siellä Lontoossa niitä sinfonia-hommia, että siellä se vasta niin kuin ymmärsi, että mitä tästä tulee ja miten iso levy taas on kyseessä.
But what are the highlights of the album for the artists themselves?
Vaikea sanoa tällä hetkellä vielä, että onko jotain sellaista niin kuin erityistä paikkaa, josta olisi niin kuin todella ylpeä. Loppupeleissä kuitenkin niin kuin tollaiset jutut, niin ne paljastuu, kun kuuntelee ajan kanssa. Ne, jotka kestää parhaiten sitä aikaa, niin ne on yleensä niitä juttuja sitten.
It makes the sound a little bit thinner, but also a little bit more like strength.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There are things like high raw stuff that brings out an energy. I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. I'm proud of that. And then there are parts that are the complete opposite, where I sing super small and tiny, and it still has all the heart that I have to give in just that small little sound.
That's it.
Those things, all of them have something special in them that I'm proud of, but I can't really say that one thing in particular because of the great challenge that Tuomas and the guys have put me into to really use the everything I have.
Such a lovely touch.
That's it for this time. See you again soon.
Yeah.
So that was thoughts and feelings on making the album,
Yeah.
which is really cool to hear everyone's thoughts about it. The ones that kind of stuck out to me the most was from Kai, actually, because
Interesting.
him coming from Winter Sun, like you had mentioned, I
Yeah.
haven't actually heard Winter Sun.
No.
I
In
don't think...
passing in the home, but not intimately.
So I'm not very aware of the things that he has accomplished yet.
Mm-hmm.
So hearing his thoughts saying that it really hit him, just how big this album was,
The scope
when
of it,
and the
eh?
scope of it
Yeah.
when they were in London recording the symphonic parts.
Like the greatest show on earth, all
Yeah.
everything got to do with that.
Because the greatest show on earth is a part of this album.
Yeah,
so it's
absolutely.
like it is a very massive undertaking that
Yeah.
Nightwish has taken over.
Yeah,
And
no kidding.
you
right?
had mentioned that Winter Sun had done something really big right before this.
Yeah, they had their Time album, which was like just phenomenal and had epics on it that were like 10, 12-minute songs, and a few of them. So like that's a huge scope within itself,
Exactly.
right?
So that stuck out to me because he is the new entry into the band. Floor was the new entry beforehand. Now we have
Yeah,
Kai.
yeah.
So I'm being introduced, we're both being introduced to two new people coming into Nightwish now.
Yeah.
So that was really cool for me to hear how they're both coming in almost at the same time too, because Floor had only been there for about a year before.
I think it was a few years because this is
Top-
2015 when
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe the album was made. She got in 2012 at the end of 2012, and then so it's just a couple years.
So
with
it's
them,
been a
right?
couple years with them, and now Kai's coming in, and
Yeah.
then his experience is now the new experience with.
And it added such a different twist, but in a good way. Because like Yuka and him are different, but both incredible drummers. But
Yes,
they bring different stuff to the band completely, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's such an amazing thing because the greatest show on earth is actually the next song on Buenos Aires, concert song by
Oh.
song. So it's kind of really cool that it's timing in with that. And what another thing I've always wanted to do is see some more of their music videos, and to see that Elan music video, it looked really good, really catchy. Empu's playing in an empty swimming pool, things like
That's
that.
really cool.
Just random
Yep.
stuff. Like I definitely want to check out more of their production stuff like that with their music videos and
Yeah,
all that.
especially with Tuomas's brain with those productions and those music
Yeah,
videos.
'cause he's-
It would be really cool to see his imagery that he comes up with along with the music that he's also created.
Yeah, and this is crazy. If this is all bonus material and there's still a whole nother hour of bonus material on this,
Right?
so maybe they're gonna have a lot more other because if the album's already coming out in the next one, they must have a lot of other things in this that jumps into
Yeah.
other parts. Because I know Nimue was also giving us some comments about some of the other aspects that this documentary does. So there's a lot more in store, and we're hopefully gonna get through the whole thing during this month as well. Because we're definitely going to be able to get through our story time series. We only have one episode left on that. So we got this documentary story time and the Buenos Aires concert song by song thing going right now for the whole Nightwish New Year's month. And we also got a bunch of just random requests for Nightwish too, because you guys are the best and that's what's getting requested all the time.
Yes.
But we got the banner now, folks, and that's why we
Yes.
feel amazing. So thanks again, Tina, for that. And we hope that you guys enjoyed this video, though. We are exiting out of the rabbit hole now, folks.
Peace and love, everyone.
God bless.
Bye for now.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Enter the Chronicness.
Special shout out to all of our patrons and YouTube members. We appreciate all of your support.